Any abstentions? That action item is approved. Policy item 1B1 is a resolution to approve the continued reform of governance and administrative policies and practices to enhance transparency and accountability of the City University of New York. I would like to make a motion to lay over item 1B1. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? All in favor?
And why are we laying it over?
We're gonna look at the policy and have a few more discussions on it,
Okay,
but it'll be laid over to the next meeting.
okay, could I make a comment that might contribute to that
Absolutely.
quickly?
Sure.
And that is that looking at this and then looking at the charter of the audit committee, there are a lot of responsibilities in the charter of the audit committee that we have yet to do. For example, June last year, we approved the audit plan. We have no internal audit plan for this year. There are some annual reviews that are to take place, and so there's work that this committee needs to be doing, that some of it aligns with this and some of it is additional to it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to bring that just to the attention of the committee so that we focus on that.
Thank you. We will definitely be doing that, and that's one of the reasons to lay this over. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? No. Okay, that will be laid over. With no policy items on the calendar, we will move to the information item. We'll be discussing one information item. Item 2A is a presentation of an update on the fiscal year 2023 audit timetable. I will now call on University Executive Controller Sarah Montero for a brief presentation.
Thank you, Chair Kim. So since our last meeting, we wanted to update you on a few things.
Microphone?
I think it's on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just have to.
You just gotta speak up.
Yeah. I'll speak a little louder. Okay, in April and May, there's a few things that I wanted to highlight. We have implemented a new system configuration needed to accommodate GASB 96, which is the subscription-based IT arrangements. It's a new GASB that's in effect for CUNY for FY23. We've conducted year-end training sessions and planning meetings to update college staff on critical dates and expectations around the year-end close. We have held individual meetings with colleges that have been challenged to meet deadlines to raise awareness of their past performance and to plan for a successful FY23 close. So that was a suggestion that came up over the course of this past year, and those meetings have concluded. At each of the meetings was myself, interim CFO Chiappa, and our COO Hector Batista, as well as the college presidents and vice presidents for finance and administration. And then to have to continue this momentum that we have, we're scheduling bi-weekly meetings individually with every college vice president for finance and administration. It's going to be with myself and the VP, and it's going to happen bi-weekly. Those meetings will begin in July and they'll continue throughout the close to just draw attention to anything that could arise that might be lagging.
Sarah, can I just add one thing to that? And Chairman Kim, we've also followed up with emails to ensure that the areas that we've had concern, Christina and her team, so we can make sure that the colleges are meeting the board's mandate for us to be able to complete the audit on time.
Okay, so from this point through October, we wanted to highlight some of the key activities in each month, and there's a supplemental schedule of key dates in your materials. But just at a high level, in June, there's various year-end closing activities for activities that have to be performed before June 30th, which is the university's fiscal year end. In July, there's various accruals and transactions happening to close out the GL. The related entities are primarily focused on their audits. Our university-wide auditors, Grant Thornton, will be conducting most of their interim testing, focusing around federal funds and some other tests that will help expedite audit fieldwork. In August, my team and I are going to be preparing several audit schedules that the external auditors will need to start their audit work and selection. So I'm going to be submitting draft financial statements that we'll use to basically tick and tie the financial statements and start to formulate our own financial statements. And accounts payable will close in the month of August. Now, when we get to September, Grant Thornton will begin the final stages of their audit field work at central office. Our related entities will finalize their audits and will incorporate debt RFQ at that time. And then October is the final stretch. So my team and I will be performing final analytics, making final adjustments to the books and records, and we'll prepare the financial statements for GT to finalize all their audit field work. And that'll bring us to our committee meeting to accept the draft financial statements. To update the committee on is some work that Grant Thornton is working with us on, which is related to the GASB 96 implementation. So the university has engaged Grant Thornton to perform additional audit work that's allowed under the existing contract. And what Grant Thornton will be doing is reviewing the GASB 96 contracts on a sample basis to determine whether the determination as to whether the contracts are in scope or out of scope related to this new GASB was correct. And just to highlight why we're doing it, the volume of contracts around CBITAs, right, the software and IT arrangements, is a lot higher than it was in when we implemented GASB 96. So it's estimated at about 2,200 contracts related to software at varying scope, like dollar amounts and so on, right? So we wanted to make sure that because those contracts and reside not only at central office but throughout the university, at our campuses, that the determination was solid heading into the audit, because it is a technical task from an accounting and reporting perspective. And while we have trained and provided guidance to the colleges throughout the year on this GASB, we don't have the resources to conduct a full scope review internally at central office. So we started the work with Grant Thornton now. We hope to have it wrapped up in July, and be working closely with Grant Thornton to identify or to communicate if any problems are identified so they can be resolved prior to the full audit.
Except one question, sir. So these are just SBITA contracts, and you're saying we have 2,200 of them
Yeah.
across 25 campuses?
And the central office.
So if Microsoft is just one big vendor, you're including the general contractor or all the sub?
It's actually like a count of the purchase orders.
Got it.
Within the category codes that would potentially drive lead to software.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know we had that many. Yeah.
Yeah.
That scares me.
That's where we have meetings like this. Anyone have questions?
SBTI.
No? I do want to thank you and the team that's been meeting with the colleges, and also want to thank all the college vice presidents and everybody you mentioned, just really trying to change the way we've done things over the past few years. I think that sometimes it's really difficult to change the processes, but when we know that it'll come out to a better outcome for everyone in this audit process, I think it'll be worth it, and hopefully in the years to come, you won't have to meet bi-weekly, but it's a lot of time and commitment, so I do want to express the committee's appreciation for that, and also, again, to everyone at each of the colleges for spending that time. I think it's going to really pay dividends as we move forward, so thank you again. Does anybody have any other comments, questions? Otherwise, we're going to close this up. With no more items on the agenda, I move to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a second? Thank you. All in favor? All opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we're back on.